Hi, this is John, and welcome to John's Long Box. Today I'm looking at Battlestar Galactica number 16, 40 cents. I don't even know what year this would be, 40 cents. But, 1980, Universal City Studios Incorporated, all right. And it says here, based on characters and concepts created by Glenn Larson for the television series Battlestar Galactica. So this is the original Battlestar Galactica, okay, from the late 70s, early 80s. This is Apollo, and this is the Cylon Mark III. Even at a distance, I would recognize Walt Simonson artwork. This is Walt Simonson. I think this is way before his historic run on Thor. I think he was given this, as a second string. The juice says, "Show them your heels." The juice says, "Show them your heels." The juice says, "Show them your heels." That's O.J. Simpson. He wants to show you his heels. I'm not even going to comment. Okay, so this is a beautiful splash page of Stan Lee Presents Battlestar Galactica. I'm sure some of you have seen the new series. Believe it or not, I haven't watched the new series. I watched the original series. They took the pilot and put it in the movie theaters, and I've seen that in the movie theaters for like $1 over and over and over again. But let's look at the credits. Roger McKenzie, script and co-plotter, and a year's supply of Felbercarb to Bionic Bob Layton for assistance. Okay, Felbercarb, that's the money I think they used. Okay, Walter Simonson's pencils, inks, and colors. Wow. Rick Parker letters. I'm not familiar. Al Milgram, editor. Louise Jones. Oh wow. This is Louise Jones. She actually marries Walter Simonson, becomes Louise Simonson, and famously nicknamed Wheezy. And Jim Shooter, editor-in-chief. So here is the Battlestar, the ragtag fugitive fleet. Let's look at the indicia. 1980. Yes, it is 1980. My hands are eternally dirty. What do you want me to do? I just recognize that Walt Simonson. That reminds me of the Scuttlebutt, Beta Ray Bill's ship in the Thor comics. There's Lauren Green as Commander Dama, Colonel Ty. I don't know who this guy is, but the Lords of Kobol. I've since found out that Battlestar Galactica was a sci-fi version of Mormon mythology. Instead of Kolob, it was Kobol, and they had to have the 12 members for the quorum, which is a Mormon thing, and they were looking for the lost tribes, which is basically the Mormon stories. So there you go. Mormon mythology became my science fi thing in my childhood. I've always wanted these. More bubble yum, everybody. This this ad was very popular. I just like Walt Simonson's artwork. There's the Colonial Vipers. I think that this scouting out this satellite that they don't know what it is, and the Colonial Vipers are scanning everything. Apollo and Starbuck goofing around. Now they're mining on the planet the rocket sleds. Oh no! This is inside the Battlestar. They're rocket sledding to the Colonial Vipers launch areas. I don't remember these characters. I think that's Apollo's sister. Yelling and screaming. Kung Fu. Oh, look at this. Historic HO scale historic war games. Atlantic Products. Oh, cool. 1982 Amazon. Oh, cool. Okinawa. So, I just blast off. Just you could feel the propulsion. Look at that. And yes, this is still old school coloring. You could tell because it's all one color. They've not too many gradations. And then look at this. This is the new Cylon ship comes out. Just a cool roundish design. It was this ship that made me love this comic. This is my favorite issue of this series. And this is the panel I just remember over and over, just like machine gun lasers. Pop, 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 just like shredding this shuttle to pieces over here. Doing loop-de-loops, they're just outclassed. And here it is, just firing on the Colonial Vipers. They had Battlestar Galactica toys as a kid. I never got them. I always wanted them. I never got them. Marvel Superheroes. Presto Magic Straw. Oh, I saw that ad already. We saw that ad already. See, the Colonial Vipers are going after the Cylon. And weren't the Cylons like shape-changing lizards or something like that in the new series? They were just if I remember correctly in the lore, they were like a lizard race that built like these androids, robot slaves, and then the slaves wiped them out. That's what I remember. So here they're blasting this. Just a cool sketch from a real life model or TV show. Just look at that Cylon just blasting in on it. And if I remember correctly, yep, ship. Look at that panel. That is just so cool. You could just hear the sound as everything's just getting just. I know it's a comic book, and I know it's just 3D reading, but you could see the movement. You could see the dogfight. There was tension in this. I just love this. You could see the speed lines. You read the dialogue. It's not overburdened with dialogue, so you can read it quick. It's very fast paced. I just love this. And some destruction up in space. And then we're gonna have a gum fight. Gum fighting. You gotta have the proper stance if you're gonna do a gum fight. So here he is. He sees it's. He ejects. And as he ejects, he fires his blaster on it. Just, desperate acts from a guy who thinks he's doomed. His subscription, let's take a look. 12 issues. It's a decent run. Look, Amazing Spider-Man, Avengers, Conan, Data, Dazzler, Defenders. Yeah, this is just solid. I can't even... And I pretty much collected every one of these. Yep, I collected every... Except for Conan. I didn't become a Conan fan till recently. And how much was a subscription back then? $5 for each title subscribed. I'm cashing my gift 4 titles for only $15. Wow. I remember this. And more grit. Anybody sell grit? So they're welding, getting whatever, everything up to speed. He just enough's enough and jams in the wire. I don't remember that subplot. This is the subplot that I remember. Is Apollo's ship is crashing. And he comes out on good thing there's oxygen on this planet. So he comes out, and the Cylon ship also crashed. And here it is. Classic Walt Simonson design. It kind of looks like Curse from the Thor comics. And if you read Ragnarok's, Walt Simonson's current comic, the elves kind of have a similar design. But here he is, the Cylon Mark III. And takes out like a samurai sword. Whoa. And more ads. Space Trek. Get your diploma. Be a slam dunker. This I always like, the Fun Factory super gimmicks. Get all, gags and gifts and stuff like that. Silly magic tricks. So he's just running away from this Cylon, and comes up to this caldera with some actual magma in there, and he's just smashing everything. Slash. Yours to die. And he's about to fall in. You continue to amaze me, Captain. My senses indicate that you still live, but that is a situation I will soon remedy. You want me, Tin Man? Come and get me. Great, just great. I emptied my laser when I blew the Cylon's cockpit. So here he is, outgunned, a little bit wounded, no ship. So yeah, I remember this now. He takes like a spool of wire, the core element in here. He's wrapping it around. This guy's just, look how powerful he is. He's just burying his hands into the rock and climbing down. I don't know why he couldn't jump, but maybe he's too heavy. So now here they are on this little catwalk, and he pulls the wire. It's an old trick, pal, and trips him into the lava. That's drama. That's just drama. Here he is, Spider-Man in the trap. Oh, properly defeated by Twinkies. Properly defeated. Because fruit pies just wouldn't work. They're disgusting. So now he just... Satellite jam. Apollo to Battlestar. Better have someone pick me up. Alright, so they have to come and get him. At epilogue. Several weeks later, after the colonial fleet has mined enough Cylon to enable them to continue their quest for the Earth. So, This thing just comes out, shatters the rock. The humans are gone, and the wreckage of the little fighters remains scattered across the planet, waiting to be found and rebuilt. Fools! I created my own sublight speed craft with these wreckage of these vipers. Who knows what with the wreckage of these vipers, who knows what I may accomplish? Perhaps I've not waited 1,000 yarns in vain. So here you go, setting up a recurring villain. But I think the comic got canceled before the recurring villain showed up. Okay, just checking out the names in the letter column. See if there's anybody I recognize. The Coming of Caleb Hammer. I know nothing about this. I gotta look that up. I know nothing about that. We got more prizes for cash. Oh, OJ's all over the place. Okay. Wear these boots. Have a drink. Star Trek model kits. The only Star Trek model kits in the universe. Star Trek. I love the original series. I love this ship. Matter of fact, you can't see it, but there's one in that box right there. So this is, I remember specifically where I bought this. There was a candy store that was, in order to get there, I had to walk a different way to school, and it was a little bit longer. And I'd go into that candy store, and I don't think the guy liked kids in the store or whatever, but he would always yell at everybody, and it was just like a ticking clock. You'd go in there and you start looking through comics, and you just knew you were going to get yelled at and chased out. So it had a Swedish name. I can't remember. That's going to drive me nuts. But you'd go in there, look through comics, hold in your pee because you knew you were going to get yelled at, and then finally, he didn't understand, I guess, collecting comics or whatever. He was like, buy something. I wasn't going to just buy anything. I was looking for specific comics. And I found this, and I was so excited because I had missed issues. I had since filled in the gaps in my Battlestar Galactica collection, but I got this, and I had a folder. It had a Fantastic Four 153 on the cover of the folder. It was the Fantastic Four and the Inhumans, and that was always my comic book folder. And I would put that folder, put it in my book bag, and go off to school. So I always had comics to read at school, and I'd put that folder underneath my real work school folder. So, whenever I was done with my work, I would just open up my folder, take out a comic book, and read. Always had comics with me. And this is an amazing shape, considering it was in my comic book folder for probably a month. And you can see I bagged the board. Look how old this is. The tape is yellow. The bag is starting to yellow. I got to change the bag. But I'm pretty impressed. It held up pretty good. Not the best, but I don't know how to grade comics, and I wouldn't even begin to try. That just starts an argument. But this was fun. I have fond memories of this whole series. The first 12 issues, I think, follow the TV show, and then they go off on their own tangent, as you can see. But there was a similar issue. It's in, I think it was season 3 of Battlestar Galactica, when they changed the cast. And believe it or not, that was the worst season, and yet it contained my favorite episode. There was an episode where they had this like super intelligent kid that was Starbuck's child, and Dr. something, and he was like a 15-year-old kid. He was kind of like the what's the cousin's name that shows up in the Brady Bunch? Oliver. See, he was like the Oliver of Battlestar Galactica, and Commander Adamas talking to him about his father, and they go back, and it's Dirk Benedict playing Starbuck, and he's crash landed on a planet, and he's being hunted by a Cylon, and they end up making friends so that they can escape. So very similar to this, and I don't know if this comic came out first or if that episode came out first. I got to look up the dates, but very similar, except this is Apollo being hunted by the Cylon, and that episode is Starbuck making friends with the Cylon. So there you go, Battlestar Galactica number 16. It's fun. I should look up. I think it lasted 19 or 20 issues or so. Okay, there you go. That's Battlestar Galactica. It was a fun comic. It was approved by the Comics Code Authority. There you go. Enjoy. Bye-bye.